picture. Short guy's got to lower it. Hold on, Dan.
Good morning. Thank you for being here this morning. It's my pleasure to introduce Mick Cronin as our new head men's basketball coach here at UCLA. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone involved with the process. Our search committee, which included Bob Myers, general manager of the Golden State Warriors, senior associate athletic director Josh Rebholz, and associate athletic director Chris Carlson. Of course, I'd like to thank Chancellor Block for supporting us throughout this entire endeavor. He's been great, and obviously we are very, very thankful for everything that he does to support our program. You know, the hiring committee of Bob, Josh, and Chris spent a lot of time, working on this particular search. Spent a lot of energy, made a lot of phone calls, talked to a lot of people, and in the end, we're absolutely thrilled with the outcome. I want to start to talk a little bit about the process, if I may. As a steward of this program, it's my responsibility to make certain that we explored and vetted, all of the viable candidates out there, that we worked diligently to ask the right questions and to seek the right answers. A lot's been made about the search itself. No question, we had a long runway. We had a lot of opportunity to really spend some time doing a thorough search, and that's in fact what we did. At no time did we ever say that there was a drop-dead date, that we had to have a coach hired by a certain date. We wound up making our hire one day after the season ended, and we're having a press conference 2 days after the season ended. And for us, that seems like an appropriate timetable. Again, we did have a lot of runway, as I indicated earlier, and it allowed us an opportunity for us to be thorough, to do our due diligence, to identify a pool of candidates that we felt could be a good match for UCLA. We ultimately narrowed down that initial group of candidates to a group of individuals that we were more serious about, if you will. Most of the time we spoke to the representatives, since we did have a long time, because coaches were in the middle of their season, and that we felt confident that we could continue effective dialogue with those individuals until such time as we needed to move forward to consummate a deal. I can say once again, beyond a shadow of a doubt, that we explored all opportunities, all avenues, and we engaged with several strong candidates. There were obviously a number of reports out there, especially the last couple of weeks, which was quite interesting for us because for 2.5 months there was radio silence on the search. But it started to heat up the last couple of weeks, if you will, and again, that was interesting for us. But as you know, in all actuality, there was only a very small number of people that really knew what was going on. Despite all the speculation, despite all the conversation and innuendo and those kinds of things, in the end, there was just a really tight group of people that knew exactly what was happening. We made a decision of the outcome that we weren't going to make a comment on the search, and we held true to that, including correcting any false reports that were out there. So again, we never really lost focus on that which we were out to do, nor did we ever feel that we were under the gun. We stayed focused on executing our plan and conducting the most thorough search possible. And in the end, we're thrilled with the outcome with Mick here today. Now, when we started the search, we started by articulating a number of characteristics that we thought were important for us as we went out to hire a new coach. Qualities that went beyond just winning basketball games. And of course, that was one of the major qualities, as you can imagine. But among those other things was a coach who really, really, truly cares about his players and can get the best out of them, both on the court and off the court. We wanted a coach who could build programs and build programs to the level that we all seek. We wanted an individual who had a keen understanding of what UCLA was all about, who had an appreciation for UCLA, and certainly for the teachings of Coach Wooden. And then, of course, we wanted to hire a basketball coach who really wanted to be here, and that was really important. Really wanted to be here, to be a Bruin, to exhibit the pride of a Bruin, who would embrace Los Angeles and embrace this university. That was important to us. From the moment we met Mick, he conveyed a strong desire to be here, strong desire to be here. And the one compelling thing, among many others, that stood out is that he wants to be here to win national championships, something that we all desire. Again, he was on our radar from the very beginning. And from the very outset, when we established that initial pool, we kept a close watch on him throughout the entire season. Now, we played a lot of good Division I programs over the course of the year and in the past few years, all with varying degrees of talent. And I can assure you with the highest degree of confidence that no team was more consistently prepared or as well prepared, played with more discipline, played with more passion and toughness than the teams that we played that Mick was coaching. Mick was the 2018 Sporting News National Coach of the Year. He's one of the 6 coaches who led their team to the NCAA tournament in the last 8 years. The other 5, Krzyzewski, Izzo, Self, Calipari, and Roy Williams. That's rarefied air. That's good company. And now he's our coach. Now, I can tell you that for all Bruin fans, we want you to rally behind this coach. When you go to Pauley Pavilion and it's full and we have the energy and the excitement that helps us win basketball games, it'll fuel the fire even more. And if you know a little bit about Mick, this is a guy that doesn't need, this is a guy that doesn't need to be told to get amped, to get excited. He's a very, very passionate guy, and that was something that we really wanted to see in our coach. So beyond checking those boxes and beyond his record, what was really compelling for us is that he just blew us away with his clarity of vision for what UCLA is and what it can be. He's the right guy to lead our program where we want to go, and that's, of course, to win national championships. We believe the future of UCLA men's basketball is in great hands, and ladies and gentlemen, here's our coach, Mick Cronin. Now, we got to do the thing. Oh. Now, before I allow Mick to say a few words, we have to do some of the official stuff. So. We'll do this one. We'll do it this way.
This is the most important. The 4 letters are more important than my name. We got everybody?
One more.
Okay.